Civil rights. Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton formed the National Women's Suffrage Association. The first Women's Rights Convention is held in Seneca Falls, New York. 68 women and 32 men sign a Declaration of Sentiments, which outlines grievances and sets the agenda for the women's rights movement. The NOW organization, also known as the National Organization for Women, was one of the many organizations that were established. Colorado is the first state to adopt an amendment granting women the right to vote. The National Women's Trade Union League is established to advocate for improved wages and working conditions for women. Alice Paul and Lucy Burns formed the Congressional Union to work toward the passage of a federal amendment to give women the vote. The group is later renamed the National Woman's Party. Members picket the White House and practice other forms of civil disobedience. Utah and Idaho give the women the right to vote in 1896. Washington State follows suit in 1910. California in 1911. Oregon, Kansas, and Arizona in 1912. Alaska and Illinois in 1913, Montana and Nevada in 1914, New York in 1917, Michigan, South Dakota, and Oklahoma in 1918. The National Association of Colored Women is formed, bringing together more than 100 Black Women's Clubs. Leaders in the Black Women's Club movement include Josephine St. Pierre Ruffin, Mary Church Terrell, and Anna Julia Coop. The Territory of Wyoming passes the first women's suffrage law. The following year, women begin serving on juries in the territory. The 19th Amendment to the Constitution, granting women the right to vote, is signed into law by Secretary of State Bainbridge Colby. Stanton drafted a Declaration of Sentiments, Grievances, and Resolutions. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women are created equal. The turning point for women's rights came in the late 1880s and early 1890s, where the nation experienced a surge of volunteerism among middle-class women. Margaret Sanger opens the first U.S. birth control clinic in Brooklyn, New York. After being arrested, she eventually wins the support through the courts and opens another clinic in New York City in 1923. When men went to World War I, they needed women to work the men's jobs, which put them out of work once the war ended. I am eternally grateful to the women before me who fought for my civil rights. The day will come when men will recognize women as his peer, not only at the fireside, but in councils of the nation. Then and not until then will there be the perfect comradeship, the ideal union between the sexes that shall result in the highest development of the race. Said by Susan B.